2005, a former Charlotte child psychiatrist was sentenced to 40 years in prison after prosecutors found him guilty of producing and possessing child pornography.
Queen City News Chief Business Correspondent Taylor Young has been following this case. Taylor, you're joining us here inside the studio. You learned that this man worked at Atrium Health in Charlotte.
Yeah, Alicia, for more than 5 years, a hospital spokesperson says he was employed from October 2016 to December 2021. And I actually spoke with a parent of his former patients. The family say they are shocked to hear about the crimes he is being accused of. Now, this is 41-year-old David Tatum. Court documents show between 2016 and 2021, he possessed pictures and videos of child pornography. Prosecutors say he secretly recorded victims, including an 18-year-old, during an outpatient visit. Evidence presented at trial shows Tatum also used artificial intelligence to change clothed images of minors, making them sexually explicit.
In essence, he would use a web-based artificial intelligence application to literally alter the images of clothed minors, transitioning that into child pornography. Two of the images, for an example, that were used were modified from a school dance photograph, and then another was a photograph commemorating the first day of school.
Now, we did reach out to Atrium Health regarding Tatum's sentencing. A spokesperson with the hospital said, in part, "We are deeply troubled that someone entrusted to heal and guide children be involved in such disturbing and unacceptable behavior. When we first learned of the possibility, we took immediate action to keep Dr. Tatum away from patients. He was immediately suspended, then terminated from his contract to practice with us." Now, Tatum's alleged use of AI technology to create child pornography is a relatively new issue being tackled by investigators. Tonight at 6, we speak with an organization that is creating...
Yeah, all right. So I wanted to play that news story about this doctor here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And this was a few years ago, but I remember this story happening. I was living in Charlotte at the time, and this guy actually did get a pretty lengthy, surprisingly, sentence after all this, and it finally went to trial. He was sentenced, as you can see on the screen there, to 40 years. And this is just another example of one of these predators that insulate themselves into these professions. This clown, the child psychiatrist, so they have easy access, to their disgusting perversion. But this guy, it was going on for, basically, 5 years here between 2016 and 2021, which, in my opinion, was going on for much longer than that. And Atrium is one of the biggest hospitals down in, I think it's the biggest hospital in the Charlotte area. But I wanted to show this part of the article, and I think the Attorney General there was talking about, this guy and using AI, and that was really the reason why I wanted to do this video was, the fact that this technology is already out here, and this was, this guy they're alleging this was going on in 2021, 2022. So that's 2 years ago, but it says here, officials say that Tatum used AI to digitally change clothed images of minors, making them explicit. Specifically, he used the tools to create the CP. Two of the images, for an example, that were used were modified from a school dance photograph, and then another was a photograph commemorating the first day of school. The sad reality is that this new kind of emerging technologies has the capability of being misused. So it looks like it's accelerating victim ID, stopping re-victimization, as well as preventing abuse from others happening in the first place. We are seeing regenerative AI is being misused to create AI-generated sex abuse material. Okay, so you can kind of see where this technology is most likely, number one, it's already out there, but how this stuff is going to be used moving forward. I mean, this guy already has, some sort of technology that allows him to modify pictures into CP, and basically, I'm guessing that's making it into movies, or making it into videos, I should say. And if it's just still photos, well, then the videos will be soon after. And how they're going, they tell us this stuff about in the last, year or so, that, AI is coming out, and, then they release, Microsoft or somebody will release a version, and it's all clunky, and, it's making the Vikings Asians and the Nazis black, and whatever else was happening there. And then they're, oh, well, we still have to fix some things on our end, on the back end. It's not ready for the public use. And I think that's just a smokescreen. And if they're telling us that, then the more likely scenario is that some fully capable, weaponized version of this stuff has probably been released on social media platforms, many years ago, unbeknownst to the masses. And you can see how that could be a tool to promote further divide and further, mutiny among the ranks of the peasants and the serfs. And, we're spending a lot of time arguing online with a bunch of fucking AI bots, I mean, essentially. But I think this stuff will also be used, unfortunately, for all of these photos and stuff everybody been putting up over the last, 10 years, because you have to have everything on your social media account. Well, when you see this type of technology out there, and a predator like this using it the way he was using it, he's not the only one. So this stuff is just, it's already out there, so you might want to think twice about putting all those photographs and videos of your children on the internet, because people will be using that for pretty perverse reasons. And I think that you're just going to see this more and more, more and more of these cases coming out. I mean, the genie's already out of the bag. And, it's just, I think in a couple of years, you already see this on some of these social media platforms like X and stuff like that, where they're just allowing this filth. And I think you'll just see more and more of that. The internet will just become like a huge part of the internet. A lot of these social media platforms will just be a complete cesspool. There'll just be this adult content streaming everywhere. And what better boogeyman for these companies to pin it on than AI? Oh, well, we didn't, it's this AI, we thought it might get out of control, and I guess it actually is. Wow, shocked to see that. But I just wanted to put this video out there and let people know about this technology that's already out there. And we'll be seeing this, unfortunately, more and more. Thanks for listening.